Hey, what's up, everybody? Podcast time.
Podcast?
Welcome to this week's edition.
Yeah, absolutely. We here for it.
Welcome.
Carson,
Yeah.
Joseph,
Yo.
Caleb,
Hey. Hey, Caleb. Howdy.
and the conversation today is we're going to we're talking Easter. Maddie's podcasts have really hit really well with her talking through some of her anxiety stuff and some of the battles that we have. I say we have fought, like I've just been there, but that she has fought.
Yeah.
They've hit really well. People are definitely connecting to them and honestly being ministered to. And then we walk into a podcast here where we should be talking spiritual things, and I'm not feeling really spiritual today. And so so you give us something deep that people will connect to here in this moment.
I'm excited.
Bible says
Let's go.
be ready in season and out. So here we go. Give them something deep right here.
Something deep. Oh, man.
I got to
Yo.
prepare just in case.
No, man. I mean, honestly, I've been watching First Ladies. I've never dealt with
Your wife has, though.
anxiety, but my wife has. I think that is something on the flip side of the conversation is something I don't know gets talked about, is how to be someone who helps in the journey. Because I know that seems unfair, like they're the one dealing with it. But I think
Agree completely.
But there is a unique aspect of trying to balance what is needed in the moment. And I think you've referenced that one of the biggest things that helped you along your journey was when you sat in a few sessions.
Yep.
And the therapists were able to give you some tools of, hey, this is what she needs in this moment. I think you and I are more like in the, all right, suck it up, buttercup, move on generation. And that's kind of how I am about things. I'm not saying it's healthy. I found out early on in our process that doesn't work.
Yeah, it don't work.
For someone who wrestles with this in that way. But on the flip side of that, what's dangerous about it, for me personally, is I have been known to have bouts of depression, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same family, but a little bit different. And so like today, I've been reading some of our prayer book, and I read the chapter on cynicism. And like that was speaking to me. Like if we're not careful, like that is a perspective we can all come from. But I think the conversations that are happening now are getting us to a place where we're learning that it's being okay. It is okay. For the longest time, I think you've alluded to this, and I know you've talked about it in the podcast in the last few weeks of, for so long it was a spiritual thing. Oh, the devil's on your back. You know, that whole concept. But there is an element of humanity to it. We're people. We go through these things, and learning how to navigate them in a healthy way. I think, to First Ladies, credit to your credit, you guys have helped us a lot in our journey. Watching you guys, how you navigate it. And I pray that this continues to help people, because statistics show this is not an isolated conversation anymore. It is way more of a larger scale.
Yeah, it's everywhere, and I know your wife has dealt with it some as well, and so this is Caleb's soon-to-be wife has dealt with it as well. So this is everywhere. It's not like this is going away, and if we're not careful inside of the church, we push people away because of the way we talk about certain things, rather than, the scripture, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but, take heed lest you fall. And sometimes if we're not careful, some of the thoughts that we have about certain situations, if we're not careful, those things actually trip us up in the future and make us get egg on our face. And so coming from three husbands and a boyfriend over there behind the camera who their significant others have dealt with anxiety, mental health sort of battles in our marriages or our relationships, coming from this side of the camera or this side of the table, let me just encourage you all watching that it's going to be okay, number one.
Yeah.
Take a breath. You're going to get through it. Number two, as much as her feelings may not feel like they deserve to be validated because they may be totally off base. Speaking truth into her, but also validating her feelings is valuable.
Yes.
Just because her feelings aren't based in truth doesn't mean that she's not feeling that way. And I'm saying she because that's what we've dealt with. It doesn't mean that it's just ladies that deal with this. You know, I'm
Right.
just saying she because of it's our wives. And so validating her feelings, but also speaking truth. So just because her feelings may not be based in truth in the moment doesn't mean that they are invalid feelings. So, hey, I totally get that you're feeling this way. These are accurate feelings that you're feeling. But here goes truth. Here goes what actual truth is. And then I would say to all of the spouses watching that your significant other struggles with and anxiety, depression, mental health things, I would say probably some of the best advice I got through this process is helping her understand I can't fix it, but I will do whatever I can. Meaning, in the moment where it's happening, okay, what do you need from me?
Yeah.
How can I assist you here in this moment? And then we walk away from those moments, and she says, okay, hey, next time I'm feeling this way, would you remind me to do X, Y, Z? Okay, hey, remember last time we were here, I'm reminding you to do X, Y, Z. And she'll be like, okay, you're right. That's right. That's what I needed to hear in this moment. And so you can't fix it, but you can certainly be there to assist. And what can I do to help you? And open up your ears and actually listen to what it is that they need from you, and not just say, "Suck it up, Buttercup. Get over it."
And I think that's the part on this side that is probably the most frustrating part of it, is that you want to fix it. It is our human nature. It is our marital nature in that moment to say, you know what, I want to fix this, and you go through all the things, and then almost, if for me, you almost feel inadequate in the moment, like, then why can't I fix this? Why can't I be enough in this moment? And honestly, it's your own struggles, you know. But I think, like you said, Becca is more, it's kind of the same concept. Those practical things of hers is this health usually, or the fear of death type thing. Okay, so what's the worst thing that can happen today? Well, I can die. Okay, well then what is the biblical truth of death for a believer? Are you a believer? Yes, I'm a believer. Christ is in my heart. Well, then here's the biblical truth about a believer, you know, and we go through those things, okay? So if this is the worst feeling today, and this is the worst thing that happened, now, in this moment, it feels real. Your body's reacting, you know, all the things that are happening, but the truth is, like you said, the validation of the moment, and then the truth of what Scripture says, and it's a journey, man. It's a journey.
Yeah, it is. It is so true, and it's funny how we make it so selfish at times. They're the ones going through it, and then we're
Right.
like, "What about us?
Yeah.
No doubt.
What about how I'm feeling in this moment?" And to those of you out there who feel that way, probably not healthy.
Absolutely.
Let's turn our attention back to them and say, "How can I help you?"
Yeah.
Amen.
For me and Haley and walking through this and trying to figure this out, the way that I like talking about, like, as a man, like, I feel like I'm a problem solver just kind of by nature.
Yeah.
And like when I can't solve a problem, like you said, I feel inadequate. I feel like I'm not enough. And the way I've like thought about it is like, okay, what is my role as the moments come and go? Like, how does my role shift and change a little bit into, like, instead of being a problem solver, like, okay, I've identified the problem. There's the problem. Why don't we just fix the problem? In that moment, it's like, okay, I just need to fill a need.
Yeah.
What is the need that I can fill for you? If it's, do I need to sit down with you and just say nothing and just kind of let you go through this? Or do you need truth in this moment? Can I speak truth over you? Do you need to just have somebody to listen to you get everything out? Like, instead of saying, oh, this is the problem, let's just fix the problem. Because that's my natural instinct. I've grown a little bit to a point to where, like, oh, what do you need me to be?
Right.
Who do you need me to be right now for you?
Yeah.
Do you need me to be somebody to talk to? Do you need me to talk to you? Like, just trying to figure that out. I think that's something that, like, realizing that naturally I want to fix problems, but what does she need me to be?
Yeah, for sure. Agree completely. It is the wisdom that I would give most of you out there watching this, like, just take a breath. You're going to make it.
Yeah.
What is it that she needs in the moment? Be that for her. Stop being selfish and worrying about what you're getting or not getting and all of the things that come with that.
Yeah.
Hockey season's in full effect.
Oh, boy. You bet it is.
You bet it is.
Let's go,
Don't you know?
Canes.
You bet it is, don't you know?
You a hockey fan?
Yeah, man.
Who's your team?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for this.
Yeah. So,
Dude,
what?
you have one answer.
I have one answer for my favorite hockey team?
For sure.
So, I have three.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm ready.
boy.
I'm ready.
I have three. You ever heard of Mark Messier?
Yeah. Mark
No.
Messier. He was a captain for the Rangers.
I like that dude. So I was a Ranger fan
Okay.
early on in high school. Then I went to Denver and watched Avalanche game.
Oh, boy.
And the year I watched the Avalanche, I think they won the championship that year.
They won the cup and
They won the cup a couple of years ago.
obviously, but we didn't go to.
Yeah,
Denver.
maybe.
I didn't know if it was that
Anyways, they were really good. And so I kind of got into hockey for a little bit and watched them, and then became an Avalanche fan for a little bit. And then whenever Carolina went on their run, I became a Carolina fan for a little bit.
2001, the Avalanche won the cup.
Yeah, so that was probably around the same time I went.
Let's go Canes, man.
And I will say, just hot take here.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Here we go.
It is the worst sport ever. to
Stop
watch.
it.
No way.
I don't to watch.
If I told you there's a hockey game on TV or there's a golf match on TV, and you got to sit down
That's just disrespectful.
and you got to sit down, and in the hockey match are the two best teams in the league, and in the golf match is Tiger Woods is not playing, but all the other incredible golfers in the world are playing. Which are you watching?
I feel like that's even a hotter take because I would think the way you're framing hockey right now is how the general public would frame golf. Whereas you and I love
Right.
golf.
So incredibly boring.
But I used to watch golf every Sunday.
So you would watch golf.
I'd
first.
watch golf over hockey.
If somebody said to you, "There's a hockey match," what you could call them a match?
It's a game.
Game.
It's a game
All
of
right,
hockey.
hockey game, a
Okay.
game of hockey. If a
What is
game of
happening
hockey is on over here,
Okay.
and on over here is the Andy Griffith Show,
If you're sitting in a Buffalo
You're
Wild
kidding
Wings
me.
and both are on TV,
and both are on TV, which are you watch? If a game of hockey is playing here, or the Fails videos are playing here at Buffalo Wild Wings, which is your eyes turning to?
I'm going to watch the Fails video.
Me too. It is the worst game ever to watch.
Should I give him the spiel, Caleb? Should I give him the
No,
spiel? I'm
I
giving
didn't
him
want
the
the spiel. It's
spiel.
terrible.
It's guys going 25 miles an hour with
Wow.
razor blades on their feet.
NASCAR, they go 200 mile an hour. I don't want to watch them ride around a track.
And then they hit each other with 2x4s, Pastor. What more do you
NASCAR,
want?
they're
It's a
going
man's
200 miles an
game.
hour, getting inches apart from
Would
each
you
other.
rather? Would you?
That's
rather,
a man
Would
game.
you rather watch Daytona or the Stanley Cup final?
The
game
Stanley
seven?
Cup
Daytona?
final any day of the week.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think I just go outside.
I go outside and read my Bible and whistle.
Take a nap. Watch the Andy Griffith show.
So yeah, hockey's terrible.
No,
Jarrett Collins is going to be so
Jarrett,
angry.
help
Listen,
me.
listen.
Help.
There's nothing to help. I like it live. I watch it live. It's
When we
just don't watch it on
Scott
TV.
went,
It's
like 5 years
entertaining.
ago, that was awesome.
It's entertaining.
I like the highlights on SportsCenter.
Highlights are entertaining. Yeah,
Oh, Barry Melrose. Shout out.
but now the flip side is my favorite sport to watch is soccer, and I think people will have a hot take about soccer and say
No,
that
there's
it's
no,
terrible.
There's no hot take. Soccer's just not good.
To me, I will say,
It's just
as
that's just a lukewarm
someone,
take.
I have watched soccer now 3 times in my life, and they were all World Cup seasons. And watching soccer people watch soccer, and watching soccer with soccer people, and going to a few
Yeah.
high school games now, I can see the allure of it.
Yeah.
Especially when it gets close to scoring. I'm
Here-
not trying to be that guy, but
here's what I don't
I
get.
could watch soccer.
Soccer is how long's a soccer field?
110
120 yards.
Okay, so you take that and you put it on 200 feet, and then you play the game a lot faster. That's hockey.
on ice.
And they could tackle and box.
You think that's what it is?
Yeah, it's just less players. The ball's different, and they go a little bit faster.
They use 2x4s instead of their feet.
So
And I can legally
You think the difference
drop
between
my gloves and
hockey?
fight.
You think the difference between hockey and soccer is a little smaller,
Yeah, a little smaller.
ball's a little different,
Yeah, it's a puck instead of a ball.
fewer people on the court.
Fewer people.
This is the difference between hockey and soccer.
And hockey
Virtually,
players don't
yes.
have no teeth, and soccer players
Virtually.
always
Virtually.
are handsome men.
Virtually no difference.
And then you have sports like baseball, where you have to love baseball to be able to sit down and watch a full 9 innings.
Yeah, I don't think anybody nowadays sits down and watches a full 9
Unless
innings
it's
of
playoffs.
baseball.
Not
If it's
yeah,
playoffs, I'll
I-
sit down and watch all 9.
I think people enjoy baseball in concept, but it is a very boring game to sit down and watch.
and like in person, baseball is like an experience.
Yeah,
in
it's an
itself.
experience.
You
It's-
go get the hot
it's
dog.
relationships. It's connection.
Yeah.
Football is just what it is.
Yeah.
And
Would you rather-
basketball is
Thumbs down. Don't like basketball.
listen. The
Playoff
only
ba-
difference
playoff
in
basketball's
basketball
fine.
and hockey is the
people
ball's
watch
a little
basketball.
different.
Ball's a little different.
More scoring.
Net's a little higher.
Yeah.
It's a little smaller field.
Yeah.
Same thing.
A little less players too.
A little less players.
I will say
I mean, it's on a
this.
hockey field.
When they start
Six.
having to put
Going
hockey in free places so people will be forced to watch them, it kind of shows where everybody feels about hockey.
Well, I mean, yeah. Generally, it's not a liked sport by America.
Yeah.
But
What country likes hockey?
Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canada, and then like almost all
Oh,
of Europe.
don't you know?
Almost
Sweden.
all of Europe except the UK. And like Spain.
All of Eastern
You
Europe.
you have
Russia.
these wild hot takes, and then you minus like 7 countries from it.
Canada is first of all, Canada's huge. Russia
It's
is
all the
huge.
world except half the world.
Right.
Sweden has
All the world that has ice.
all the world that has ice, and then the U.S. has like
You've
a
named
lot
3
of hockey
countries:
teams.
Canada, Sweden,
Canada, Sweden. I mean, the U.S.
And Russia.
obviously has the NHL. Russia's massive.
right? So 3
No, Russia
countries
definitely.
Yeah.
that like hockey.
I mean, like Finland, Norway. Like Finland has their own like national team, like that they play in like Olympics and like I mean, they'll have like national teams they play in Olympics, but like when it's like the World Hockey Finals, like the World Hockey Cup, like they have their own team. Like it's big in Finland.
So I think Carson is making my point for me. This
No,
hot take.
no.
The
that's-
biggest question, we're on the coast. How did you get into hockey?
Jarrett Collins.
Jarrett.
That's how I got
Jared
into hockey.
played.
Jarrett Collins.
I
Jarrett and
can
Holly
respect
both
that.
played hockey.
I'd rather be like Rocket Power and play the rollerblade hockey they used to play on Rocket Power.
I mean, they have that in Market Commons.
I tell you one, like lacrosse is one that's new, and I've never watched the game, but
If you enjoy lacrosse more than hockey,
I've never
watched.
watched.
You'd be
I've
wild.
never watched a game.
It took
I don't know,
me
but
3
I've
days in high school. I played lacrosse for 3 days. It took me 3 days to figure out that was just an awful sport. Bad.
There's some people that like it though.
That's
There's
okay.
countries that like it.
There's countries that like it.
All of
countries?
the
United
all of the
States? What
countries
don't
like it.
What countries
All
don't
of the
like
countries like it. Like America, we like it.
Yeah, we like it.
All of them.
Name another country that likes lacrosse.
it? Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, can't do it.
Ukraine has their own lacrosse team.
National
Look it up.
team.
National team.
Put it in the Olympics.
Put it in the Olympics right now. Put it in the Olympics.
Put it in the Olympics.
Show me the Ukraine national lacrosse team.
Lacrosse team.
Bro, them boys are gonna be bad to the bone right there, son. Yeah, I don't know how we got off track right there, but we went from.
You said
Struggle-
hot take.
hot
Hockey
take.
stinks. That's what you said.
I didn't really feel like that was that much of a hot take. I felt like it was just a hot take in the room. I feel like everybody else watching online would be like, huh, that was.
Except Jared
It's because
But Jared will tell you it stinks
no,
watching
he
it.
will not say that.
Jarrett
No.
loves watching
No,
hockey.
He will not. No.
Jarrett has hockey playing.
Jarrett
in
will
his house.
text me out of the blue about the Avs, or like, "Hey, did you see?" Like we were talking about a guy doesn't play for either of our favorite teams. He's like, "Hey, did you see so and so got injured?" And I was like, "I did see so and so got injured," and we talked about
one
this
of
injury.
you calling Jarrett?
He is calling
Put
Jarrett
it up to
Collins.
the mic.
He's phoning a friend.
You got to keep talking while it's ringing.
Oh,
I
sorry.
did like Sidney Crosby on SportsCenter when I grew up.
Well, I mean, you've got like a lot of like world class athletes that play hockey. Like I saw something on like ESPN or something like that today. It was like talking about the best athletes in the world.
Hey, J. Root, you're on the podcast, okay? So don't say anything stupid.
Oh, good luck.
Hey, I feel like you would agree with me in this, okay? So tell me that you agree with me.
No.
I agree.
Exactly.
No.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You have
know what he
to.
was gonna say.
Jarrett, don't you feel like, again, you played hockey, so you know all of the hockey stuff, but don't you feel like hockey is boring to watch on TV?
I do not.
Thank you.
J. Root!
Thank you. Thank you.
That was. Why did you ask me that question?
I know. Carson said that. I just wanted to tell you how stupid this is. Carson said that hockey is the same thing as soccer, minus it's just a little smaller field and a different ball that they're playing with.
Less people.
Do you feel like that?
And less people.
And less people.
I mean, I think the rules maybe are kind of similar. That's why he's going with that. But, well, and you can change on the fly, so that's completely different. But
Yeah.
Generally speaking, it's the same, just different dimensions.
I see where you're going with the rules.
I don't understand. Because they both have all sides?
It's soccer on ice.
Because they both score 3 goals a game at normal.
They're generally the same.
You change on the fly. You got icing. I don't even know what icing is.
It's when
You
you-
got face-offs. You don't got no face-offs in soccer.
Dude, face-offs in soccer
Got
would
the
be
penalty
gnarly.
box.
Weird. They have a face-off, but it's not. What is it called? I don't even know what it's
It's
called.
it's the beginning, like where they
That's
put
what I
the
used
ball
to
in the middle
play.
and the kickoff or whatever.
Face
I
off
don't
is
know what
what
it's called.
That's what I played on Nintendo when we fought.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the same. All right, man. Well, I just thought you would think hockey was boring. I wanted to get you on the podcast so you could say, hey, what's up to everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, Jared.
Have a good day. Later.
Look, my first hockey experience. I had not done anything hockey, played hockey, watched hockey until like 2 years ago when Jarrett invited me to Game 7 in the Stanley Cup playoffs, Canes Rangers.
Yeah, I remember when he invited you to
And
that
you
'cause
got
he was
in
going to
for
invite me.
$20 and a hot dog.
And hey, I got
You're like,
that's
$7 tickets right here.
yeah, and it was insane. It was incredible.
It costs more in gas than the ticket did. The cheapest playoff ticket for the NFL this year was like $800 in the nosebleeds.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I think we had our backs almost up against the wall for like $30.
There you go.
It wasn't bad when we went
No,
last year.
that was nice. This year we spent
So
like
we've
$50.
ruined everybody from ever watching this podcast again because we've talked about the worst sport ever for the last 10 minutes.
We did not talk about bowling.
Maybe we got
or
him in that first 5 minutes.
Maybe the first 5 minutes pulled him in. Let's talk about a real sport.
bowling.
If bowling were on
And that guy was bald.
and the Stanley Cup Finals.
If that dude who says, "Who do you think,
Who do you think
are?
you are?
I
I
am.
I would think twice about watching a hockey game. I'm not.
I don't even know who that is or what you're talking about. But if bowling were on, if cornhole were on,
I think I'm going a little far.
Are you watching?
if
Hold on, let's-
ultimate tag were on,
Dude,
That's a cool
not-
sport. Don't hate on Ultimate
That's a
Tag.
whole sport.
Yes, you've never seen this?
it's awesome.
Have you seen the Battle Bots?
They run around and
Battle
tag.
Bot stuff is cool.
Would you watch BattleBots over hockey?
No, I like stuff that I can do. I think this is my disconnect with hockey. I tried skating one time. Hurts my ankles, my shins,
I have
my
a video.
calves, my knees, my back. Everything hurt. Everything. That's why I think stuff like golf or whatever is interesting, or cornhole is interesting, or bowling's interesting, because I know how hard it is whenever I try to do it. So then my 12 o'clock call is coming in. So whenever I try to do it, I see how hard it is, and it is incredibly difficult. So watching them do it at such a high level is amazing.
That's how I feel about baseball.
Anyways, love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Peace out. Let's go.
Go.
Bishop.